Sri Kṛṣṇa book. Prayers by the Personified Vedas. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 This particular chapter, there's some wonderful purports that Śrīla Prabhupada includes. This is not simply a synopsis. It is a synopsis of the 10th canto that Śrīla Prabhupada knew he was not going to complete. So quite a lot before, he wrote and translated and purported Srimad Bhagavatam. He completed this particular work of great, not only philosophical explanations, but a literary masterpiece. That's because of the inclusion of these wonderful, enlightening purports. Especially this chapter is extremely philosophical in nature, because the Vedas personified are speaking. This generally would address highly elevated personalities, because when Śrīla Shukadeva Goswami was speaking at the assembly of Parikshit Maharaj, there was a complete mixture of different in the audience. There's a mixed audience from highly elevated and knowledgeable, self-realized sages, including Vyasadeva, Parasar Muni, Angira, and so on and so forth, all the way up to the common person, locals who had assembled out of curiosity to see the emperor. Every once in a while, Śrīla Shukadeva Goswami, in the appropriate places, not whimsically, after all, he's considered to be the Paramahansa Chudamani, that is his title, the crest jewel amongst all the Paramahansa self-realized souls, pure devotees. So therefore, his perspective, horizon, and spectrum of subject matter includes everyone, so that everyone can hear about Kṛṣṇa and revolutionize their lives to become Krishna consciousness. Prior to Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna's pastimes, qualities, associates, and dham were not in written form. So in preparation for the Kali Yuga, persons who are manda, sumanda matayo, manda bhagya upadrita, the entire human society is polluted, will become polluted, their intellect. That is the effect of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga begins to contaminate and corrupt from top, goes all the way to the lower sections of the society. So this particular masterpiece, actually it is, one can say, in the French expression pious de résistance, from all the other literature. And therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also called it Pramanam Amalam, Prema Pumartha Mahan. It is the only literature which exclusively delineates the fifth goal of human aspirations, prema, above dharma, artha, kam, and moksha. So therefore this chapter, for all those devotees and readers who want to understand Krishna consciousness, will benefit greatly from a philosophical point of view especially. Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākur remarks in this connection that if Sannyāsīs and persons in the renounced order of life who have left their homes for self-realization do not engage themselves in the devotional service of the Lord, but become attracted by philanthropic work, such as opening education institutions, hospitals, or even monasteries, churches, or temples of demigods. They find only trouble from such engagements, not only in this life, but in the next. Sannyāsīs who do not take advantage of this life to realize Krishna simply waste their time and energy in activities outside the jurisdiction of the renounced order of life. Devotees attempt to engage his energies in such activities as constructing a Viṣṇu temple is, however, never wasted. Such engagements are called Kṛṣṇārthe akhila-ceṣṭā, variegated activities performed to please Kṛṣṇa. A philanthropist's opening a school building and a devotee's constructing a temple are not on the same level. Although a philanthropist's opening an educational institution may be pious activity, it comes under the laws of karma, whereas constructing a temple for Viṣṇu is devotional service. The Viśṇu Cakravartī Ṭhākur comes straight to the point regarding giving charity or engaging in philanthropic work. After all, charity, dhanam, is one of the pillars of Vedic religion. Satyam, Saucham, Tapaha, Dhanam. These are the four pillars of Vedic religion. Truthfulness, cleanliness, that is purity, austerity, and compassion or giving in charity. So therefore, this must be practiced by all pious persons. However, there has to be a discrimination between what is pious and what is devotional service. This human existence, the human life, this human form of life has been made available to the jivas after millions and millions of lifetimes, and finally a rare treasure that facilitates and allows the jiva to become eligible to eternally free himself from the vicious and never-ending cycle of birth and death. So therefore, human life is meant for God realization, Krishna realization. So even if one becomes in the system of varnashram, attains the highest order for sannyasi, the sannyasi, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, is meant for complete absorption in Krishna or God realization and engage in the highest, most beneficial for society philanthropic work, one may put it that way, is to propagate Krishna consciousness. That is the actual duty of a sannyasi. Sannyasi doesn't have any kind of entanglement in grihastha life, in household life. All the persons in the household have, according to their karma, duties to perform, which Krishna is also telling Arjuna one should not neglect. However, the performance of duties is not the primary activity. And therefore Krishna at the end of the Gita is saying, give up all these duties which you consider to be the most important, because dharma is also duty. The prime duty of everyone is to first practice Krishna consciousness and then propagate it. And especially a sannyasi should not be a grihastha. However, the term grihastha has certain ramifications which we don't always understand. Griha means the place of residence. But we refer to grihastha as a place of residence of this body. However, real identity is not the body but the soul. So therefore, when we consider our body to be the residence of the soul, then we are also grihasthas. So, a sannyasi is also a grihastha if he doesn't realize that his body is not the place of residence. Rather, his body is the residence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is the temple, because Paramatma is there eternally. And in order to bring this particular aspect of philosophical understanding about Krishna consciousness, Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākur has given us this understanding, the difference between constructing an educational or health institution in the form of hospital rather than constructing a temple for Lord Viṣṇu. Here it is actually enunciated the different things that a person may consider to be philanthropic work, such as opening educational institution, hospitals, or even monasteries, churches or temples of demigods. They find only trouble from such engagements, not only in this life, but in the next, because they carry the karmic reaction of constructing all these which are not dedicated to the Supreme Personality, Sri Viṣṇu. They must experience the sufferings and material joys of the reactions of their karma. So what is constructing a temple for Viṣṇu? It is called Kṛṣṇārthe akhila-ceṣṭā. Kṛṣṇārthe. For the purpose of Kṛṣṇa, Krishna's purpose. Akhila. Akhila means by all means available to a person. Ceṣṭā is endeavor. With all endeavor available to a person, one must engage in Krishna's service, in the means by which one can please Kṛṣṇa. Devotional service is never within the jurisdiction of the law of karma. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that devotees transcend the reaction of the three modes of material nature and stand on the platform of Brahman realization. Brahma bhuyaya kalpate. The Bhagavad Gita says, Sagunan samatitaitan Brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Devotees of the personality of Godhead transcend all the reactions of the three modes of material nature and are situated on the transcendental Brahman platform. The devotees are liberated both in this life and in the next life. Any work done in this material world for Yajna or Viṣṇu or Kṛṣṇa, here Yajna is another name for Lord Viṣṇu, who receives all the oblations offered in the fire sacrifice. It's another name of Lord Viṣṇu. Any work done in this material world for Yajna or Viṣṇu or Kṛṣṇa is considered to be liberated work. But without connection with Achyuta, the infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no possibility of stopping the resultant actions of the law of karma. The life of Krishna consciousness is the life of liberation. The conclusion is that a devotee by the grace of the Lord, is liberated, both in this life and in the next. Whereas karmis, jnanis, yogis are never liberated, either in this life or in the next. Devotional service is the energy of internal potency of the Lord, and therefore is fully independent, completely pure of any material contamination, appears on its own accord, and rewards one who comes in connection with this internal energy of the Lord with the highest possible treasure that is available to the jiva, is Krishna Prem. Therefore, a devotee who is engaging in pure devotional service has already attained the Brahman platform. Brahma bhuta prasannatma nasochati nakamshati samah sarvesu bhutesu mad bhakti labhate param. Mad bhakti labhate. Only then Krishna is saying that one who has acquired the Brahman platform, which is the completion of self-realization. Self-realization is completed when Brahman realization enlightens the soul. And at that time, one actually begins what is known according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nishtita Bhakti, leaving behind all the different stages of Anishtita Bhakti. Nishtita Bhakti is unwavering. What is that? Unwavering. So vai pungsha paro dharma jato bhaktir adhokshaje ahvaituki apratihata jijatma suprasidati. Devotional service makes the performer happy. I was just listening to the lecture of Śrīla Prabhupada Śrīmad Bhagavatam yesterday, and he was commenting, making the point that if the devotee is not happy, then he is not performing devotional service properly. Because as Śrīmad Bhagavatam is saying, that for the human society, this is an answer to Shonaka Rishi's question, 5 questions he poses to Sutta Goswami. And one of them is, what is the highest benediction for jiva? To answer to that question, Sutta Goswami is answering, Savai Pumsa, Savai, it is certainly, without a doubt, Parodharma, the highest form of duty or religion is Jato Bhaktir Adhokshaje. Devotion to that Supreme Personality who is the controller and fully transcendental to all mundane energy and platform, and is above and transcendental to the senses, sensual experience. Adho akshaje. Akshaje is the senses. Adho means transcendental too. Yato bhakti adhokshaje. So bhakti is adhokshaje, is above transcendent. And what is that bhakti? Ahaituki. First of all, it must have absolutely as motive nothing material, mundane. Ahaituki. Because bhakti herself is ahaituki, causeless. Because nothing gives birth to bhakti other than bhakti herself. Bhakti gives birth to bhakti. Therefore, she is ahaituki, causeless. Apratihata, uninterrupted. Uninterrupted, apratihata. That is bhakti, not performing 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, and then that is not real bhakti. Real bhakti means apratihata, nothing can obstruct the performance and engagement in bhakti. That is apratihata. So therefore, only devotees are on the transcendental platform, because engagement in devotional service elevates them to transcend the modes of material nature. So gunan samatitaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Prabhupada quotes this verse. The Gita. So we go. Fragen?
So any institution, if we are constructing, other than for Viṣṇu, it actually acquires karma. So if any institution constructed to support Krishna consciousness or devotional service, like constructing a school for the devotee children, constructing hospital to encourage devotee to stay in the dham, will that have the same effect of constructing the Viṣṇu temple, Gurudev?
Yes. Even constructing a residence for a devotee is pure devotional service. What to speak of school and other things. Constructing a garden to grow flowers for the Supreme Lord is devotional service. Anything that pleases the Lord. That's Srila Prabhupada uses the term Kṛṣṇārthe akhila-ceṣṭā. Kṛṣṇārthe akhila-ceṣṭā. For the purpose of pleasing Krishna, whatever is done, even living in the household which is condemned, but for the purpose of pleasing Krishna, the pure devotees, they take to household life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu, get married. He was 54, 55 years old. He became married. He had a daughter and a son. 100% devotional service. So anything that pleases the Lord.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. I thank all of you for your patient hearing and beg forgiveness for all the mistakes I have committed. Hare Krishna and Jai Śrīla Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare